Hello everyone, how are you? Thank you for being here. I want to have a chat about dollar store makeup and the fact that so often when we see people come on and do videos, like they're trying to do a challenge, they're trying to set out to do a full face of that Dollar Tree or Dollar General makeup, or they're going to do a full face challenge where everything's under $3 or, something like that. And let's not forget, I've done plenty of videos like this as well. And it's not necessarily like, oh, here are some tried and true, really good recommendations that I love that I'm going to share with you from the dollar store. It doesn't have that vibe. It has more of a, like, this is entertainment value kind of vibe. When in reality, there are people who don't have a lot of stores around them where if they need something, Dollar General may be the only option, unless you want to drive a half an hour or more. I mean, that was the way it was when I grew up, and I didn't even have the Dollar General. That came around, I think, when I was a senior in high school. Anyways, not everybody has a ton of accessibility, and I love looking around for good makeup finds at Dollar General or Dollar Tree. I love seeing what's there. As you guys know, if you've been with my channel for any amount of time, like, I get a personal thrill out of finding something really inexpensive that's really surprisingly good. And I found some stuff from the LA Colors brand at my Dollar General that I think is really awesome. Also, Dollar General gives you exclusive access to the Believe Beauty line, which I think Believe Beauty is just so many good things on that. And if you want to just look up Emily Noel Believe Beauty in your YouTube search box, you'll find more stuff that I've done on that. But at an even lower cost than that is LA Colors, and we're talking the most expensive things that I have here are $3 and change. And I found like some 6 or 7 products here that I feel are really, really good. I've got things that I've been using for several weeks that I truly am seeking out to use. When I sit down to do makeup, it's not just like oh, that was just the thing I bought for the dollar store video. Like, it's things I want to use that I think are really good. These are finds I want to share with you. Legitimately good dollar store makeup, okay? As you can see, my face is kind of left in a place where I'm going to fill in some blanks with this makeup, and I'll let you know what I have on right now. It's pretty much all my base stuff. I put on Wet n Wild Bare Focus Tinted Hydrator all over. I have on the regular e.l.f. Camo Concealer because I hadn't used that in a while. By the way, this is in light, this is in medium sand. I set my under eye with Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder, and I went all over the rest of the face with my Physicians Formula Butter Believe It Translucent. Then my bronzer is the Hard Candy Instant Summer Bronzer in the shade Tan. So that's all that's on my face right now, and we're ready to move in with a really cool blush product. Now, I know LA Girl makes a good liquid blush, but at an even lower price point, we have LA Colors. So again, this is the brand you run into a lot, both at Dollar Tree and Dollar General, but Dollar General has a very consistently restocked area. Dollar Tree feels a little bit more like, oh, you might find a few things like this one day that you're there, but it's not always a consistent restock. Dollar General, there's a section for it, there's a place for it. When it runs out, it kind of keeps coming back. You can count on it, okay? So this is the LA Colors Blush Up Cheek and Lip Cream. I got the shade Natural Flush, and I believe there were at least 2 or 3 other colors as well. Lip and cheek, and the color is intense. The pigment is there. I know I talk about, I'd appreciate if different squeeze tube things were a doe foot, but for this price, I think this was around $2 and change. But you can squeeze a little bit out on your hand, and the reason why I do that is because the color is intense, and you don't want to load it up too much on your cheeks. But look at this. I just dabbed into it with my little dense Sephora 56 brush, dab it into the cheeks, just kind of matte, pure color, totally feels like a Rare Beauty kind of product here. The color intensity that you get there. It's so good. Doesn't do anything weird to the surface of your skin texture. It does not feel tacky. Again, I just pop some on my hand and then dab it off with my brush, and the color payoff is just dynamite. I might need a little more for this cheek. And again, that same color, you can get that opaque, rosy kind of color on your lips with this product too. I've got several other lip things that I want to talk about today, so I don't really want to use this on my lips right now, but just so you know, she's a multitasker. I legitimately love it, and I love the LA Colors. Instead of just being kind of that bare bones dollar store, we're gonna give you a pressed powder in one shade, we're gonna have one random blush, they have a line of things that is really following the trend of makeup people are into right now, these liquid blushes. The only thing I would say to guide you a little bit here is that the actual shade that's going on your cheeks is a little more corally than the tube looks. Like this tube looks almost like a rosy, soft berry, and it has more of this coral look on my cheeks. The tube does not feel empty. I complained about that with my Tarte ones from the holiday set. Remember those liquid blushes? I was like, the tube feels like it isn't even full. This feels full. Next, I found a really nice little brow pomade here. Look at the frosted jar from LA Colors. Again, all this stuff is LA Colors, called Browie Wowie, and the shade is dark brown, and they give you this little brush, a legit angled brush with the spoolie, and the cost on this, I kept my receipt on this one, $3.35. That's as pricey as it gets. FYI, when you get your jar, there is a plastic seal over it, so you know it's not gonna be dried out, and I just think this stuff is really, really good, and it lasts a long time too. I had some swatches on my hand that went through an entire shower and I was still scrubbing them off. With pomades, they're always a bit more of a finesse product. You don't want to be too reckless with them. They can lay down a lot of color at once. It's very pigmented, it's very creamy, but I love the end look that I end up getting here, and it lays down so easy. And I was kind of impressed the other day with how fast it accomplished my brow. So I just find myself kind of applying some, flipping my brush. I mean, this is every bit as soft and creamy as my ABH Dip Brow Pomade. Honestly, look, and there's a brow done quickly, effectively, the right tone. I should have taken note of exactly how many shades they had in this. There weren't a lot, and that can be kind of the drawback sometimes with the dollar store makeup. Again, LA Colors, we're not talking about just let's try on some makeup for a video and make it entertaining because we tried to make it all work from the dollar store. This is legitimately good stuff that's going to stay in my makeup rotation. Now, I will say I also tried their skinny brow pencil that was also called Browie Wowie, and it's workable, but I don't absolutely love it. It almost feels like it's a little too dry, but this stuff I think is great. And for me, sometimes Dollar General is just the most convenient thing. I got 2 of them like within a pretty close proximity, and just knowing like if you've got your 3-year-old with you and you just need to grab milk, one random ingredient for something, and it's very convenient. Now, do I feel like I have some hold in my brows? Yes, I do feel like there's some. I'm gonna add in a little extra. This is NYX Control Freak. And I can feel as I go through with this that there's already some hold happening. But I love that. That pomade is great. Rich, creamy, goes on with ease. Sometimes it could go on a little too easily, so that's why you gotta watch yourself with those pomades, especially in these dark colors, but I feel like we made it work well. I got an eye palette that floored me. First off, Milani eyeshadow primer. This was not found at Dollar General. As far as like the big makeup brands that I see there, I think CoverGirl has some stuff and Maybelline has some stuff there. Do they have Wet n Wild too? There might have been some Wet n Wild, but like I said, LA Colors is about as cheap as it gets. And my eyeshadow that I found there, guys, this was $3 and I want to say 25 cents. And it's the LA Colors Nude palette. Now, I've dabbled in LA Colors eyeshadows. It's been an extremely hit and miss experience, mostly on the miss side. But this palette, you guys, this is something different, something special. Special things are going on with these formulas. Let me bring it in. They also had a smoky one that had deeper and overall cooler shades in it. But this, you get these 2 really big highlighter sections, which this is a gorgeous face highlight. I'm gonna put that on for you in a second. But shimmers, there's some shimmer here, here, and here. And then the rest are just like really nice pigmented basic mattes. As far as drugstore eyeshadows, I could put them up there with. Like as I was using this the other day, I thought it's a darn near similar experience to Wet n Wild. I'm making a huge statement there. Plus this shade right here. Just allow me for a second. Look at this. This has absolutely no sparkle in it, okay? It's just giving glow. Look at that. Just a pretty sheen on the top of the skin. Get out of town. LA Colors Nude palette. Now I have an LA Colors Berry palette. It's got some capabilities, I'll say, but it seems like there was a formula change or something when this one came along. I'm gonna use that to highlight my Cupid's bow too. So let's do a look. I'm gonna probably disregard some of the labeling here. They've got some that say crease, crease. All these in the middle say lid. I'm actually gonna take that kind of pumpkin-y lid shade that matches my shirt, and I'm gonna start that out in the crease. I kind of want to see what the smoky one is all about. You're not getting fallout with these, but you're getting plenty enough color to show. If you have a Dollar General around, just check it out. Also, the Believe Beauty eyeshadows are great, but that brand, a lot of the stuff's about $5. And this just falls a little bit cheaper. Everyday basic eyeshadow with good range too. I mean, look, we got dark, we got medium. This is such a fall palette as I look at those burgundies and rusts. This shade, oh, I'm in love. Let's take a little bit of this shade that says Lid right above it. It's a little bit lighter, but I'm just kind of going over my edge there. See how it blended it just a bit more? And then we can pop on a highlighter. Easy, just throwing it together. It doesn't have to be complicated. Little highlight. Great. I also want to use some of this really warm, what would we even call this? Deep, warm, reddish brown. I'm adding that to the crease as well. I would say I tapped off a small amount of excess there, but these are not powder bomb eyeshadows. They're just giving you what you need, okay? Oh, it's so good. I can't get over. Okay, I'm going to take a flat brush and go into this crease shade. The one that looks like a soft black. My friends, I mean, this is real life. $3 and change. Good quality, easy to use, everyday basic eyeshadow. I always love when the warmth of the crease kind of meets in with a cool shade down here on the outside. It's so pretty. Love that. And then we say, hey, let's shape that more. I'm going to go to this dark shimmery brown right here with my Profusion small pointed brush. I'm going to hit the crease and just kind of blend upward a bit. And the thing is, once this look is complete, no one would be like, oh, she's using the cheap eyeshadow today. Like, nobody would know. And if you're like me, you want to tell about, like, this is Dollar General. DG did that. That's my vibe with it. So you can just deepen it up, build it up. That's the dark brown that's just kind of raising up from things. And you can even use your sponge tip if you're like, I don't want to lose all that darkness I had. Grab the sponge tip, press it in. Press it in a little more of that black. With my sponge tip, I'm going to take this highlight shade right up here. So this one, where I was like, the other one is so smooth, you know, it's like this most beautiful pearlescent kind of look that has no sparkle in it. This kind of pinky toned one does have a little shimmer, and I don't mind that on the eyes, but I don't necessarily need it on the cheeks. I even take my wispy white and I say, I'm going back to that pumpkin spice, and I'm just like lightly making sure that stays in the mix, you know. Oh. And I just dropped it and nothing broke. Last thing I'm going to do here, friends, I'm going to go into this dark brown shimmer and just like let some of that come to my lower lash line, not in a real heavy way. I'm really impressed. As far as my comparison to Wet n Wild, I would say this shade maybe requires a little more building than a black in a Wet n Wild 10-pan palette, let's say, but it's not bad. And for a lot of people who might be intimidated by using a black or near black anyway, I think it's absolutely just fine. But I love the everydayness of this, and I love how I was swatching the shades and I'm like, they did something different here. So I'm going to pop on a little bit of mascara. I don't have a new dollar store mascara, but I do have several lip products I need to share. Guys, I love this mascara so much. CoverGirl's got another good one. It's that Cleantopia stuff. I used that a while back, but I feel like it's even getting a little bit better as it just gets a teeny bit older. Anyway, lip products. I got 1 lip liner, 3 lip glosses to talk about. First off, I'll share about this lip plumper. I really like this color. I feel like a lot of people would. It's called It Girl, and it's just called LA Colors Lip Plumper. It's got the little lips on it. This stuff was like $2 and change. I think all my other lip products that I'm going to talk about were just $1. And I want you to see how opaque this is. Really pretty nude gloss. And does it tingle? Yes, but it's not uncomfortable. It's not painful. And it just looks really pretty on the lips. It's pretty paired with the lip liner that I got, but I wanted you to see how much color this just had on its own. It's got just enough tackiness to hang on, but it's not uncomfortable a bit. And look at that color. That's a nice amount of color. I mean, a standalone gloss for just a couple bucks. My nude lip lovers, like that's beautiful. And paired with a lip liner, again, I've got this lip liner, it's just a little bit deeper and the two go together really nicely. But I also love the lip liner with my more shimmery glosses too. I can feel it tingling. It's a little bit of a hot tingle, but it's definitely not approaching like Too Faced lip injection kind of pain. I honestly don't mind this at all. I think that's a really pretty nude gloss that will be involved in many a lip combo to come. And I'm out of Kleenex, so I gotta dab off with the cotton around. But this lip liner called Gel Lip Liner, I'm guessing no more than $2, but this is the shade My Favorite Nude. The thing is, the crazy thing is, there'll be like 2 shades, okay? So they had My Favorite Nude, and then they have a red, all right? So just know that. There's not a lot of great variety. But this goes on so beautifully, and you'll see the kind of color. It's like a deep kind of toasty nude. The glide is incredible. And just worn alone, look at that shade. Love that. But the moisturizing lip glosses. Okay, I finally found Topaz. I've been looking for Topaz for like several weeks now, but I've had Tickled Pink on hand. And for these, they had a lineup of, I want to say 6 different colors. They had something that looked clear. They maybe had some darker ones, but I like the light shimmer because they're fun for topping off lip liners. And the first combo I was working with for a while was that lip liner and then Tickled Pink. I've been putting Tickled Pink on top of so many different things these days. But this beautiful sheen, I'm a full-blown gloss person these days. I don't really want to end my look until the lips are glossy. Look at this. There's a little bit of shimmer, but it's not crazy frosty. Let me swatch this color for you. The pink is a very minor factor in this, but it's about the shine, the texture, not greasy, just like this. I mean, they're a similar texture. This just has shimmer in it. Oh, it feels so good. There's the swatch of the Tickled Pink. Okay. And then Topaz, thinking back to early 2000s and how I would always kind of have some kind of shimmery, shiny gloss. Look at that. So that has shimmer in it as well. It is not just a clear gloss. This creates even more of a contrast. Let me see if I can dab off just some of the glossy stuff right now. Get back to how it looked just with liner. Stand by, I gotta add more liner. My Favorite Nude Gel Lip Liner right there. And then let's take some Topaz. Look at the contrast this gives, okay? Whereas the Tickled Pink just looked like this nice all over shine. And it's not cheesy frosty, but it gives that glow. There was a beautiful lip gloss from Revlon. It was part of the Color Stay line. It was like mineral lip glaze, and they had this perfect brightening kind of shade that was just like this. This is a total dupe for that. But that little glow on the lips, oh, $1 glosses. Think about it, the cost of a good lip combo with a couple of lip gloss options is going to cost you less than your meal at McDonald's. I mean, all of this. I will tell you, I tried also the LA Colors lip oil. This is all right. It's a little bit thin for my liking. All these glosses, like part of why I like them is not just their color and their look on the lips, but I like the texture too. Enough thickness, like it feels moisturizing, it feels good on the lips, but enough thickness and tackiness to actually last and feel like, okay, this isn't running outside the lips. This is a little bit thin. Like I'll still use her. She's okay, but just a little bit more toward the greasy side than I typically like. The Hard Candy Gloss Topias and the Milani Fruit Fetish, they both have a little more thickness than that LA Colors one does. So anyway, friends, that's my chat about some things from the dollar store, from the DG specifically, that I really, really like. I think that blush is dynamite. Again, it's a lip and cheek. Granted, a lot of different cream blushes, liquid blushes you could use that way, even if they don't specify themselves as such. But this shade called Natural Flush, I think is really pretty. We highlighted from the eyeshadow palette, the Nude eyeshadow palette. Don't roll your eyes at this. This is really good. Great little everyday look there. It's an anytime palette, but specifically some of those shades in there really make me think fall, and I'm so like giddy at how good that is. The brow pomade, if you're in the market for one, check it out. See if they have a shade that works for you. The asterisk there is they may not have a shade that works for everyone. And the lip products, definitely worth looking into. They have a great formula going with their plumper and the glosses, the liners. Your DG may be different from mine. Maybe they're stocking more colors of this gel lip liner, but the formula is awesome. And this one called My Favorite Nude, like I really enjoy the shade. And then you can create all different combos with these on top. And these little LA colors, friends, like I said, they will continue to look so good on top of all sorts of lip liners and lipsticks you already have. They're just that perfect little accent glaze, and the texture's so nice. Let them go, Em. Let them get to their things that they need to do today. I'm just excited. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all again very soon. I love you. Bye.